What's up guys, my name's Valcomian and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic 3 Knuckles. So today we're going to be starting our Tails playthrough of this game. We did a Knuckles playthrough and a Sonic playthrough, but now it's time to do our Tails playthrough, and I'm really looking forward to doing this simply because I haven't played as Tails alone in so long. We're actually going to be doing using Sonic 3 Complete as well. That's like the enhanced version of Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 Knuckles. This is definitely the ROM to use if you want to LP this game. I don't know why I didn't use it in the first place. It's like really good. It's fixed loads of bugs, and there's loads and loads of different options you can do, like change music, all that kind of thing. I'll probably do an extra video in the end showing all the different things you can do with it. So here we are, Angel Island. Now there is actually going to be a few things with this playthrough. I'm going to get quite a few guests on some different parts. I'm not exactly sure which parts they're going to be. It's just if you want to be in an episode, then just hit me up on Twitter or drop a comment, and I'll probably get back to you on that. But yeah, with this playthrough, we're also going to be getting all the Chaos Emeralds, all the Super Emeralds. Pretty much what we did with Knuckles and Sonic. Also, something you should know about Tails' playthrough is it's exactly the same as Sonic's playthrough. So there are no routes to the boss that Sonic can't take, you know, with that. Knuckles' playthrough is the only playthrough where it's really a lot different. Tails can get to some different routes. I mean, for example, on Angel Island Act 2, there is a route where you have to fly up, and then you have to avoid these spikes, and I'll show it off later. But that's really about it. I mean, Tails' boss location is exactly where Sonic's would be. So this is going to be really just a repeat of our Sonic playthrough, but it's kind of a good thing actually, because my Sonic playthrough was pretty bad. I mean, the gameplay was good and everything, but you know, that was my first ever playthrough on YouTube, and my commentary was so annoying back then. So, you know, I just kind of want to just pick it up a little, you know, make this playthrough a lot more enjoyable. It's kind of a shame the Sonic playthrough is probably the worst one, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be the final thing with this game. You know, if there's actually any new hacks, you know, I'll always show those off, obviously. But as playthrough-wise, this is going to be it. And then I'm going to move on to different projects. I'm actually going to get all the perfects as well in this playthrough. You know, usually I did that. I think I did that in Knuckles' playthrough, and I think I did it in Sonic's playthrough as well. You know, you might as well get the perfect. I mean, you get a crap load of score. You know, score will actually get you some extra lives and, you know, that kind of thing. And you know what, it's win-win as well. I mean, it's pretty fun to do. Also, with this, Tails can fly, but that's actually a kind... I mean, Tails can fly, and like I said, it can get you to, like, different locations and thing. But the problem with this is that Tails can't actually use the fire shield, or the bubble shield, or the electric shield. So he can't actually use any of the abilities it gives you. The only thing you can really put those to use with is the fact that he can't drown, and... you know, he can attract rings, and, you know, you get the picture. But as for extra abilities, all Tails really has is just flight and the spin dash. With Sonic, though, he can do the spin dash, he can do the insta-shield, but he can also use all the different abilities that the, you know, the shields give him. So, all in all, Sonic is probably the best character to play as with this game. Because he still has two abilities that he can do just on his own. Tails and Knuckles, on the other hand, can only do two abilities, and they can't use the shields. Also, yeah, so with Knuckles' playthrough as well, because his routes are a little different, the emerald locations can, like, kind of differ. So, I actually managed to get all the Chaos Emeralds in Marble Garden Zone with Knuckles, rather than Hydro Sea like I usually wrap up with Sonic. But considering Tails' locations are exactly the same as Sonic's, we should have all the emeralds wrapped up by Hydro Sea Act 2. Unless I somehow get screwed over on an emerald stage, and yeah, I am kind of just looking at the 4th emerald stage. That stage is so fucking annoying. I mean, back when I was a kid, like, I played this on the Mega Drive, and it's such a big stage. There's so many different blue spheres about the place, and because, like, there is so much on screen at this you know, at the same time, the Genesis, like the Mega Drive, couldn't actually handle it. So every time you would run into a blue sphere, the game would lag, and it would really put me off. Because when you've actually finally cleared up the field of blue spheres, the game would speed up all of a sudden, and everyone knows that these, you know, these stages, like, they pretty much speed up when you run them for too long. But because it was lagging, I had absolutely no idea it was trying to speed up. There's also those like there's 3 blue spheres that are behind the rebound spheres right there, and they really screw you over. I mean, that's the only emerald stage to this day that I worry about doing, because it's just unpredictable. I mean, if you jump at the wrong time, you have to jump at an exact time. you know, you're just going to get screwed over and fail, and it's pretty annoying. So that's the second emerald. Managed to get the perfect as well. The perfect as a kid, I didn't really know what to do. I mean, I didn't even know you could go around the blue spheres and turn into rings, because I used to always see the ring icon on the hood, and I always wondered what that was. And then I think randomly, I think I probably did this on Sonic Mega Collection for GameCube when I got it. I think I just circled around them and then they turned to rings. I was absolutely amazed. But they don't really do anything outside of the emerald stages. Like I said, they just get you a lot of score. And I think, yeah, they get you continues as well. So it's kind of, you might as well do them. But I probably won't get the perfects in the Sonic and Knuckles side, because honestly, I've never really bothered to learn those. I mean, I obviously know how to clear them up. I just don't know how to get the perfects on them, because by the time we've reached Sonic and Knuckles, I just kind of want to wrap all the emerald stages up. But once you've entered a Super Emerald stage, you have no choice but to do them anyway if you want to access Doomsday, because once Sonic has got into the Emerald stage, they kind of take the Chaos Emeralds from him, and they pretty much power up the Super Emeralds, and then you have to get them. Also, what's great about this hack is that I've never been a massive fan of the Sonic and Knuckles music, like, not necessarily the music for the levels, but the music for, like, Knuckles' theme and the sub-boss music. But with this hack, it actually just uses the Sonic 3 music, you know, the Michael Jackson kind of vibey music, which I think is great. I mean, it honestly puts the boss battles in Sonic and Knuckles into a completely new perspective. I don't know, I mean, just the Sonic and Knuckles music, it's just weird how it sounds completely different to Sonic 3's. The sub-boss music anyway, I mean, kind of, Knuckles' theme so weird in Sonic and Knuckles, and the sub-boss music's decent, but I just like kind of the hip-hop sound that Sonic 3 gives off because of MJ's involvement. Alright, this is Special Stage 3. Now, this is actually a pretty confusing Emerald stage if you want to get the perfect. Pretty much because there are two of those at the end, and you kind of have to jump over the last one. If you collect both of them, then you've voided it completely. There's no way to get it, because once you've gone around the blue spheres and they've turned to rings, the rings will just scatter and then you'll just finish the stage. So that's kind of annoying. Try and avoid doing that. I will show you how to do it. It's pretty easy. It's nothing too confusing. Also, yeah, so when Tails gets all the Chaos Emeralds, he doesn't actually turn into Super Tails at all. There is actually no Hyper Tails form. Pretty much when Tails gets the Super Emeralds, that's his super form. I believe it is anyway. I don't think there's such thing as Hyper Tails. Tails' super form overall is with the flickies, those really badass flickies that pretty much destroy everything in their way. Tails arguably has the best super form, I think. I mean, in terms of extra ability, because not only is he like invincible, but he has like extra, like the flickies pretty much just guard you. There's no point in you even trying to attack enemies, because they're just going to get them anyway. I don't know, Hyper Sonic's pretty badass, but like Super Knuckles, Hyper Knuckles, whatever, is honestly a massive letdown. They didn't give him any new abilities at all. I think the only thing you get when you're Super Knuckles or Hyper Knuckles, if you fly into a wall, the entire screen will just shake and it destroys the enemies on screen. So that's kind of badass, but that's not exactly a great feature, I guess, because you pretty much always have to do, if you want to use Knuckles' super form, you have to make sure, extra ability, you kind of have to make sure there's a wall there, and there just happens to be an enemy on screen. I don't really think that's a very usable ability. But we still got Sonic and Tails' super forms, and they're really badass, so. And yeah, there's actually one more emerald we can get in this zone. That's towards the end. We're pretty much near there. But yeah, we can actually use Tails' flight ability now to our advantage. Usually we'd go through that rock, and we can if we wanted to. Like I said, Tails can do the spin dash. He can go all the routes Sonic can. But we'll use the flight to our advantage to get to different areas we couldn't. So if you actually went over here with Sonic, yeah, you would look up and you would think there's absolutely no way you can reach it unless you have the debug mode or Hypersonic. But yeah, you just pretty much fly up here. There's not really much up here, I guess. It's just if you want to explore new areas. I think there's probably an extra life around here or something, but we already have 9 lives because, like I said, the perfects really net you lives. Yeah, definitely worth doing. Anyway, this is the special stage 4. Still to this day, I really hope I don't fail this. Still to this day, you know, I sometimes fail it. I mean, it's because you always have to do it in a certain way. try and get the hardest blue spheres first when the stage is slow. You really don't want to try and do it when the stage goes fast, because you're just going to get confused. Like these ones right here, I used to always leave those till last. And you know what, we'll leave that one right there because I think we can just get that one later on. I don't really want to make sure one of these are our last one. I might get a little confused and we might avoid our perfect. But this field right here, this is where the perfect really comes into play. This is where most of the rings are going to be. This bit can be quite confusing, but the easiest way, honestly, is just to go around them. And look, like, already we've just got rid of them completely, and we also get rings, so you might as well just do it that way. But yeah, this is arguably the hardest special stage in this game. Sonic and Knuckles' Emerald stages are actually, there is one in Sonic and Knuckles. You know, I'll get to that a little later on. That's probably the hardest one in the entire game, but this is probably the second. Or should I just say this is the hardest one in Sonic 3's game, because honestly, Sonic 3 has the easiest special stages, I think. Like, Sonic 1 still screws me over to this day. Sonic 2 is, yeah, that's probably the hardest one, I think. Oh man, we almost got screwed over right there. But yeah, Sonic 2 has probably the hardest, I think. Especially when you have Tails with you. He can really screw you over because he's always a second behind Sonic, or half a second, it's whichever. Anyway, yeah, there's the perfect. Oh no, where are these last 5? I really need to find these. Oh, there you go. Oh no, that's the one. So we'll have to, yeah, we'll leave that one till last. Because if I actually ran into that now, there would absolutely no way we could get out of that. Yeah, these special stages are massive. They're so... Oh, there you go, look. Yeah, they're really confusing, but honestly, even if you're a pro player, I mean, I've been playing this game since, well, my whole life, really, and I still get confused with it. There we go. So that's going to be the last emerald of this part. It's nice to know that we already have over half the emeralds. Then it just leaves us 3 to get in the next part, which... if you catch my Sonic playthrough, then you would know that we wrap it up by Hydro Sea Act 2. Honestly, I think the earliest you can wrap it up is Act 2, but there are actually loads and loads of hidden rings in this game. I don't even know where half of them are, probably. I just kind of stick to the ones I know. I'll never kind of just explore and get some new ones. I mean, I might actually do that, you know? I could search up a big ring location video and try and find some ones I've never found before. I guess that could bring a little more variety to the Let's Play, and it could bring new things for me as well. Because like I said, I mean, since I've been playing this game, I've always kept to the same big rings. It's pretty much because I just know where they are, and if I just want to wrap up this playthrough, if I just want to get Supersonic as fast as I can, then I might as well. Oh no, what the hell? It's just sent us completely back. That's just... Whoa, what the hell? Look at that. There was like textures of the... I think that was textures of the flying fortress that's about to, yeah, pass us. I don't know if that's the flying battery. I mean, I've read that is actually flying battery, the zone later on, after Mushroom Hill. But the color's different. It's green in Sonic 3, and then it's just a normal metal color in like a gray in Sonic and Knuckles. I don't know. It could be, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that part's really easy. You can just screw around. I don't know why they're dropping it directly above him. It makes sense to drop it in front of him. But whatever. Anyway, there's Dr. Abundant Rudder. This boss is really easy. I mean, with Tails, you're pretty much not going to fail. Oh no. Oh, there is actually a way to actually beat him right there. It's pretty risky with Sonic if you don't have a fire shield, because obviously he can't fly and he'll just fall down the waterfall and die. But yeah, this boss is pretty easy. It's much easier if you have the fire shield, because there is no way he can attack you, because he's got the fire and everything, and the fire shield pretty much protects you from the fire. So yeah, that's pretty much it for episode 1. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm definitely going to try and be consistent with these videos. Sorry about the lack of videos lately. I'm going to try and change that. Anyway, next time we're going to do Hydro City and get all the Chaos Emeralds. My name's Wakomia. Until next time, catch you guys soon.